Hi, I'm Tom Guerra, and here are today's 3 questions. The first question comes from Down Under, from Tom Caulfield. Tom asks, "Hi Tom, an oldie but a goodie for you. What would be your top 5 Desert Island Disc singles if you were asked on the long-running UK radio show?" Okay, if you ask me tomorrow, I'll probably have another different top 5, but in no particular order, Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan, 1965 top 10 hit. I think it was a number 1 hit. Number 2 was not a top 10 hit. It was a top 20 hit, I believe, from the Beatles from 1966. Paperback Writer. It has everything you need in that song in like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Great guitar riff, great hook, great harmonies, great bass playing and drumming as well. Number 3 from 1968 sort of signified a new direction for the Rolling Stones when they came out with Jumpin' Jack Flash. Again, killer guitar riff, great hook in there, and really a muscular song. Fourth one, I would say, came out in '68, Hey Jude by the Beatles, probably one of the longest number 1 singles. And then finally, I was struggling with this list of 5, and I would say, I'm just throwing that out there, Live and Let Die by Paul McCartney from 1973. Of course, it was the theme song to the Bond movie of the same name. Great question. Second question is from Nancy. When a musician who idolized another musician, whom they listen to on the radio, actually gets to play with later in life, how does it feel with yourself on stage or a recording studio with that particular person? Do you feel like you had made it when this happened? I've got several instances of when this happened to me, playing with Kenny Aronson, who I idolized as a kid. Initially I was a bass player and I thought he was, the cat's meow in terms of bass player, still do. John Butcher's another one who I thought was immensely talented when he kind of broke out in the 80s. And Rick Derringer is another one. All 3 of them I've been lucky enough to record with, play in the studio with, and learn a lot from. Does it feel like I made it? Absolutely not. Every day I'm just trying to come up with new stuff and improve myself as a musician and a songwriter. And the third one kind of is an allusion to a question that came up on Facebook. This is a good one from Pete Prown, my friend from Vintage Guitar Magazine. Pete said, if you remember, what was the first song you played on stage at a gig? I do remember. This was a funny situation, and yet I went on after this. My brother and I had a band with a couple of schoolmates, I think I was in 8th grade, called the Sailors, and we played at a gong show down on the Berlin Turnpike. That was a disco-y place that we played in, but it was like a Tuesday night gong show, and we played the song Honky Tonk Women by the Rolling Stones, and we got gonged. So I soldiered on after that, but it was hilarious. I mean, I was singing, I was probably out of tune singing, the guitars were certainly out of tune, and it was the 70s. We probably sounded exactly like the Stones did, on Love You Live, as far as that's concerned. But that was the first example of a song I played live. So thanks for the questions, keep them coming.